Hello and welcome. My name is Essad and this is my Cities Skylines project, Sarougal. For those of you who haven't watched my videos before, I made an international airport this summer of Sarougal. And when I had finished it, you saw some clips from it in the intro. I just realized the rest of the city was so outdated. So I tried to go back and update it, but it was just too much work in the end. So I thought, well, maybe I could go to another map and just tweak it a bit and then work from there. So I think the result in the end is gonna be a lot better. Besides, there were already too many props in the city. I think I had used around maybe 100k props at least in the airport. So I had to use the prop unlimiter, and then I realized there was a mod called procedural objects that kind of solved a lot of problems. So I wanted to kind of start over and do it better, and use the things I have learned from my last project. So even though it's technically the fourth episode of Sarougal, this is kind of a restart. Another thing I wanted to change was how I actually do the videos, and one of the most common requests I got from you were tutorials and time lapses of what I build. And this time around there will be tutorials and time lapses. Yay! But there will be, of course, cinematics still, and I will try to keep the time lapses short but informational as much as possible. So, a new map for Sarougal. What will it actually mean? Well, for this episode I will start off by showing the new map, and there will also be a time lapse of me building the tunnel that you see in the background right now. And the following episode will feature making the rural landscape leading into the north part of the city. As I think you can see, I'm trying to achieve a Mediterranean setting in the city, and in time, yes, I will make another airport. But now I think it's time we head into the map. And it's actually the Cleyra map that creativeDEX made some time ago. And I just tweaked it a little bit by adding some flat ground that you can see there. And I also started off with the airport here. And I think it's totally beautiful. I changed some things in the theme, so it's more of a Mediterranean setting. Used a lot of stone pine by Mr. Mason and a lot of trees made by Pidelmo that I think was pretty nice for this setting. So I like the fields, the mountains here, they make a very nice background, and it's gonna be a great setting for the countryside here. But the city itself, I will start off by using this flat ground that I made, because it's a lot easier. I made some mountains in the background that you see here. This is the north entrance that the next episode will feature more. A lot of vineyards will be made. So here you can see all the map. There are gonna be main islands here that you can see that the city will consist of. And here's the north entrance that you saw. There will also be an airport island here, and the harbor will be on these two islands. This island will probably be some sort of city center or suburbs, and here I will make the older city center, and here will be suburbs or industrial area, and here I'm gonna kind of transition into countryside again. and here is the spot for my ancient fortress. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. And I might develop some urban area here as well. We'll see if I manage to get it that far. And I might also do something with the islands. We'll see. Time will tell. So I hope you like the map. I certainly do, and I think I will enjoy it. So here I'm starting with the tunnel, and I used the tunnel prop made by Ronix, and then I plop down with the procedural objects mode. You just hit Shift plus P and it turns into a procedural object. And then you can change the size and shape and direction with the general tool, or as I do here, I hit the vertex tool, and then I can change these little dots here and change the ground shape of it. So I wanted to make it a bit more organic shape, kind of, not as a long tunnel or a long start of the tunnel. And unfortunately I can't use the tree, what's it called? The tree snap mod, because I used the tree unlimiter mod, and they are not compatible as of now. I hope it will be fixed eventually, because I would have wanted to put some trees on top of this to make it blend in more. So here I'm almost done with copying the shape, and you can see here you kind of have to just hit one of those vertex and see what happens when you move it, because there's no single object that's exactly the same. And well, the first time you're adjusting one prop, it's gonna be kind of confusing, because sometimes it doesn't move the direction you think it will be, and you just have to trial and error, basically. And you can also hold down Shift and Alt to make the movement smaller and more consistent, more fluent. If you just hit the arrow keys, it will kind of snap a long distance, and it's handy sometimes, but not for fine tuning. So builds like these, when I'm changing the actual shape of stuff, it takes a bit of time, and especially the first time you do it. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to make stuff like this like 1 month ago, but now I've gotten more used to it, and it's actually, when you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. It can be frustrating sometimes, but when you actually succeed, it's really, really satisfying. I won't use as many props either, because I can get almost the exact shape that I want with just 1 or 2 props. And here you can see I changed the size of this concrete block, and I can also adjust it to the height I want. And I use this tool a lot for decals as well, and it's also very handy when it comes to placing down statues in squares, because most of the statues in the game and on the workshop is really oversized or undersized, I don't know, the scaling is really off. So if you're not gonna use the tool for much else, then placing down statues with this mod is a tip from me, definitely. So here I'm placing down this gantry, and I kind of want to hide the pillars here. You can also hit the vertex on the bottom of it and basically hide it inside itself, so it floats in there. I won't do it now though, but it's stuff that you can do. And for the tunnel signs, I used the French signs because I'm gonna use the kind of the French outer route system as a theme for my highways. Well, I'm gonna stop talking now because I talked a long time, and leave you to the time lapse and the music. And after that, there will be some cinematics, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this episode and see you next time. Thank you and bye.